What parts of the growing process has Shenandoah really led some innovation?
So we're extremely passionate about the future of food and innovating our production systems. So as a learning organization, we've had all sorts of challenges over the 25 years plus of our existence. We've seen all sorts of different problems with growing and had to strive and persevere to correct them. Specifically, what we've focused on is the early stages of production. And we were finding that after plants germinated, they typically had the highest level of losses in that initial stage of growing in the nurseries.
So people could think of it as like infant mortality rates were high.
Exactly, yes. So as we started to develop our indoor LED controlled ag rooms, we applied them first to the nursery stage of production. And as a result, we're able to control the climate in the room. We bring in artificial lighting. We bring in organic fertilization, and we can control every aspect of that plant's development and those in that most vulnerable stage. And the result of that is we have a much higher yield, we have a much more healthy plant, and a better outcome, but better flavor for the consumer.
When you think about the water consumption profile, where has your innovation helped reduce water consumption?
So what we do in our system is we collect our water on the roof surfaces of our facilities. So on our greenhouse surfaces, roof surfaces, and on the adjoining building surfaces. And that's where we get our water from. We use that in our closed loop fertilization system, so the water stays in the greenhouse. The only water that we lose is what the plants consume and what we lose to evaporation. So it's extremely efficient from a water point of view. We use up to 90% less water than most other conventional systems. So it's fully sustainable by using the rainwater, and is an excellent example of the future food system.
One of the things you have going on is vertical growing. How should consumers think about that?
Efficiency, the future of food. We have 9 billion people on the planet. How are we going to feed them? It's very important that all food production companies find more efficient ways to produce food and to produce them sustainably, healthfully, and with efficiency in mind. So in vertical production, you're able to produce more food in a much smaller space and economize the resources much better, lower capital costs, and ultimately a better product.
So from a distribution perspective, your technology gets you how much closer to the end customer?
It all depends on the market size and the product. In our case, what we've done is we've launched a hub and spoke system where we have a main production platform where we start the growing, and then we'll move the plants out to more distant regions where we finish the growing in what we call our finishing room system. And what that is, it's an indoor vertical room where we can finish plants that have been started at the main hub, have full tractor trailer loads of plants that go out to the spoke, and then finish the plants off production and have them available for the local market. When we looked at our strategy to expand across the United States, it was daunting as to the capital cost it would take to build full production systems in all these regions. And that's where the innovation for the finishing room was born from. We found that at about 1/10 of the CapEx investment, we could serve the same market and do it just as efficiently and reduce the food miles overall because of the concentration of plants that we can get on a full tractor trailer.
From a technology roadmap standpoint, where is the early impact going to happen with machine learning technology?
So there's a lot of software development on AI for growing platforms happening right now for the controlled ag sector. And the benefit that we see for that is as the AI learns the decisions that the growers are making in different climatic environments and different conditions for the plants, it makes the grow system more efficient because the controls can take place inside the controlled ag system before the grower needs to do it. That makes the grower more efficient. It allows us to have the growers cover more area and ultimately result in a better yield, a better plant.